If you're preparing for an interview in a solution consulting role, you're in the right place. Want to ace it? Shift your mindset. Your interview isn't a test. It's a discovery meeting. And you're the consultant. The person across from you? Think of them as your client. Your job is to uncover what they need and show how you solve it. Here's the thing. Most people stumble in interviews the same way they stumble in client meetings. You probably know these mistakes already. Maybe you've seen a colleague do it, or caught yourself slipping into the classic pitch trap. Either way, you'll recognize them. Let's go through a few of the most common mistakes that show up in interviews and client meetings. The first one? Talking too much too soon. We've all been in a client meeting where someone launches into a long pitch without asking a single question. Painful, right? Same in interviews. If you start with your life story before understanding what they care about, you lose them. Mistake number 2, generic answers. Think about a consultant saying our solution improves efficiency without specifics. Does it build trust? Not really. In interviews, saying things like, I'm a team player, sounds nice but doesn't land. Be specific. Be relevant. Another one you'll definitely recognize, missing the unspoken cues. Ever been in a meeting where the client says interesting, but you can feel the doubt in the room? In client conversations, we know to pick up on that. But in interviews, people forget. They just keep going instead of adapting. Mistake 4, focusing on features instead of outcomes. This one's classic. Talking tools and features instead of business impact. Interviewers, like clients, care about what changed because you were involved. Don't just show activity, show results. And finally, mistake number 5, not asking strategic questions. Waiting until the end? Or asking something generic? That's a miss. Good consultants ask sharp questions early. It shows you're engaged, thoughtful, already thinking like a partner. Recognize any of these? That's no coincidence. The reality is the same behaviors that derail a client meeting can easily derail an interview. Now let's flip the perspective for a second. Because just like the mistakes, the signs of a great interview, they look a lot like a great client meeting. You use the right techniques to get them talking. You listen actively and adapt in real time. You link your experience to their challenges. And instead of just reacting, you guide the conversation. Sound familiar? That's because the same techniques that help you win clients are the ones that help you land the offer. So what's the difference between a good interview and a great one? You already know the answer. It's practice. But here's the truth. How you practice is what makes the difference. Recording answers to stock questions? Repeating the same polished pitch? That's not real practice. That's rehearsal. You need to be prepared for what actually happens in the room or on the call. That's why career fitness is different. First, our core engine, dynamic AI-assisted simulated interviews. You're not just answering preset questions, you're stepping into a real-time conversation where the interviewer can challenge you, dig deeper, or switch directions, just like in a real interview. And right there with you, your personal virtual coach, offering live feedback, guiding you through tough moments, helping you refine your technique and build confidence, conversation by conversation. And finally, our coaching videos, short, sharp, and built specifically for solution consultants. No long lectures, no corporate fluff, just the techniques that actually move the needle, distilled into practical advice you can use immediately. Whether you're aiming for your next big role or leveling up for the future, career fitness gives you the edge you need to succeed in real interviews. At the end of the day, a successful interview doesn't happen by chance. It happens when you're ready for the real conversation, the unexpected questions, the shifts in tone, the pressure to think on your feet. So start your first career fitness simulation. Step into a real dynamic interview and show them what you're made of. And go get that job.